All right, faith and strength. It's to be 5/12/2023. Like I said, trading, it's up to you guys. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want to. Some of you guys are making it easy. Some of you guys are making it very hard. It's only like that's your choice. But I'm trading my trading easier, simpler and simpler. I'm making more. I'm trading less. I'm happy. I'm getting happier. The less I trade, the happier I am. We look at this is meta. Sorry. Friday night. So we look, Tesla is one. Oh, question. Because I saw this set up on Tesla, but I've been personally only focusing on trading SPY because I just seen my focus. Well, not my focus, but just like I don't really need more than SPY. Like, even though the other stuff gives me setups, almost every day SPY gives me a setup. Even from not a big setup with SPY, I can make decent. But do y'all want me to still drop these? Because this shit was 1,000% trade. And I just watched it. Like, damn, that shit actually did go. Okay. All right. Well, I put a lot of stuff in Discord, but I know at SPX, y'all are kind of like focused. So some of y'all only trade SPY. So, but this was a good one. All right, cool. Yeah, nerd only cares ES. Bet. I see kind of like this. What I'm gonna do, of course, is mostly SPY. Like that one, because it was a high of month sell. Yeah, there we go, Taylor. Yeah, see all the winning setups. That one I should have probably showed only because I didn't realize it till after. Like, you got to understand this. I'm trying to get you guys to get in the mindset of there's setups that are going to be for the day, which are based off just the sessions that we have that are created. So we had an Asia, London, New York sell-off, but then Tesla is like a setup that would be like technically a multi-day or week setup because we ran the high of month, which I remember as we're coming up, I'm like, damn, that's the monthly high. I should have just had an alert. That would have been the easiest way. I don't really watch pre-market all the time. Don't get me wrong, it's very helpful, but like sometimes if I wake up late, I'm just, I'm not gonna have time. Especially I've been pretty busy. But even without that, without regular trading, you just still saw Tesla just took the steps up, and then right off of open, ran the highs. So that is definitely something I'm going to start noticing when it's obvious like that, because in this market, to be honest, like everybody is making more with puts. Honestly, I'm thinking I might not even start trading bullish. I might not even trade bull setups, like unless it's like begging me, because it's like this Tesla setup. I was waiting to buy Tesla contracts, or not contracts, shares, and like 2-month out options. So if you remember 3 weeks ago, I got caught right here. I remember it was like a Monday, and that shit fell. I'm like, oh, this is the wick for the day, and it just kept falling. And my contract by the end of the day got eaten, but I didn't care because I was like, it's just one contract. I always do a starter like that when I'm hopping the swings, and then it did this. And this day I forgot about it, and then when it came back here, I remember. I'm like, I'm gonna have an alert when it breaks back out, because I know I'm like, if I buy here, it's overextended. And here was a strat trigger. And that's one thing I'm trying to get you guys to realize. What do you mean, Taylor? Oh, yeah, you could. We'll talk about that later. Like, me and Truton talking about it. I love the strat, but like on a higher time frame, a lot of the strat reversals have been like bombs in this market, because it's like you're triggering something on a higher time frame, but it's like you're also running liquidity. So a lot of settles I've been having on like a week will be a 2-2 week and explode, blow my face, clear off. It took a while to finally realize, like, okay, I can't, like, no matter what, you can't, which is true. Market conditions always change. When we first learned the strat, the market was running, and it just always, like, you would take one reversal and shit would just go, or shit would just fall. But this market's a lot more consolidated, and it's like you can feel the liquidity grabs. So I remember I had that alert, like, this is a strat entry, but I know since we came so high, it's probably gonna reject. Came down here, And I remember one of these days I caught it. It was like here to here, a small move. Then I kind of just forgot about it and being busy. And we came back up here. And then the day before is when I noticed it. It was like Wednesday, Thursday. I'm like, oh, we're here, but here's the high. So if I would have just been up in pre, that would have been a great sell for you guys. So I'm definitely going to alert those. Hopefully everybody is using this list. Like the whole point of this list is to make it as simple as possible for you guys. But what I think I'm going to do with this list is add like Dow. Dow gives clean setups, but most of these tickers in the Dow move trash, except for like American Express, HD sometimes, V. Cat's cool, but Cat is lower ranked. But like Nike kind of does its own thing. INTC lags a lot. It's just too much to focus on. I'm trying to just narrow. Same thing with Qs. The Qs will move, but like I noticed Amazon, Google will lag a lot. This will move on its own. Meta will move very aggressive. So I might add Meta, because Meta technically is in SPY too, to that list, and then make my list literally, once again, SPY, and what is that? Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, AMD. To me, NVIDIA, AMD are the same ticker. So it's not like I'm charting much different. I just pick whichever one's stronger. 9 times out of 10, NVIDIA, because it has a higher ATR. So basically Apple, Microsoft, semis, Tesla. This isn't even supposed to be here, Target, because it's not that high. But I don't know, I just like Target. Meta and Target. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So Meta, you're getting a promotion. I don't know. Meta's number, like, I think high in Qs. So boom. There we go. This is going to be my list now. I'm just trying to narrow it down. Exactly, nerd. Hopefully some of the people who've been having success can talk, so y'all can see it's just not me. I mean, I've been trading like this, but like now, especially since teaching y'all more and more, I'm just getting better and better. And seeing even like trading, you're always just gonna notice your mistakes. Like I feel like lately, like this week, I've only had the two losers I had were like the 2 days I had losing trades. And for me, like I said, it's kind of once I get back with like TradeZilla, I'll know it better. But I remember it was like Monday. I don't know if it was Monday where I was like, I just didn't take a trade, or Tuesday. But I remember one of those days I had like they were like very, very small losers, like minus 400, made it back. One day was like a break even, and then I think one day was like minus 60. So very, very small losers. And that was it. It was like right at the start. Like I'm really focused on making my trading simple and easy. And the main way I've been doing that, if it's not there, I'm just not trading. Especially like me being busy. A lot of times I'll just chart and look for either better setups on the week or swings or something like that. But I'm trying to get you guys to understand, like, if you look at today, that's what I was doing. The best setups were Tesla. And then on the weekly profile, look, like I didn't even realize, to be honest, this week, this is how the week looks on ES until last night. I wish this day wasn't here. So actually I can go to replay, duh. This is all ES really was on a daily and weekly. Inside week, and then outside day, inside. Literally, this whole range is realistically like what the strat would say is like pretty much mother bar issues. We're sideways, but been trading it so efficiently that like I haven't noticed that it was a tight range, because I've just been expecting the range to come back very tight, and that shows you market conditions are always gonna be king. So if you look, that's why I haven't been swinging the SPY unless it's overnight to the opposite side. And that's like only if I'm very, very high. But most days have been opening inside. So hasn't been a reason. That's why I was asking Joe why he wanted to swing, because unless I see a gap, I'm not paying for the theta decay on the contracts. The theta is very high on SPY SPX. But this is all we've been doing. The range has been contracting. So Monday, Tuesday, next week, Wednesday, the latest, we might get a breakout again. But I'm not here. Like, that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do in 2 or 3 days. Like, I know what we're supposed to do. I know, if we break out, we break up. We can flip the month back and forth. What is that? We're already outside month, but once a 3, always a 3. So this is always going to be a 3 on the month, but it could be a green 3 instead of a red. But at the same time, we could come up and then fail and stay within and then open the next month down. And that's why I have this swing pattern on the monthly. I'm not here to predict the market. Like, I'm not. Look at this week. Everybody, if you watch my video on Sunday, I was telling everybody because XLK had the same hammer. I'm like, the hammer could be a false break. Everybody's like, oh, hammer week, hammer week, hammer. What happened? How many people took this hammer week, got their face ripped off, hopped in a swing overnight on something at XLK, and literally she just gapped, at least right here, broke up, but then completely failed. So it takes a while to build up. Like, now, after these pullbacks, the hammer looks ready. But you see how that first hammer, this one kind of screwed people, because this is a perfect hammer, but that's just this market. Any other time, 9 times out of 10, this hammer, there's nothing stopping it. Thank you, Muhammad. Yeah, there's someone who's been trading strat like literally 3 years. I've never seen a trade like this. But that's why you see me barely mention strat triggers unless it's like one, like a 3-2-2, and I'm like, the 3's here, and then 2, I'm inside of the wick, because then I know I at least have the 2 down and a 2 up. But like I said, it's no, people probably think it's hate. Me and True talk about all the time. I just don't talk about vocal because I'm like, people are so like obsessed and brainwashed by systems now, like that they think anything you say bad about a system is like you're attacking them. And it's not even bad. I'm just like, the strat triggers are like bombs right now. I've been trading strat longer, and mostly people trying to teach it. So I know, I bet you Rob would admit it too. So it is what it is. You got trade market conditions, right? What are you gonna do? The market has traded, like I said, way before we were liable, way before America, there was always a market, some type of market. And then the market in America is like, I think 1700s or something like that. It trades the same. There's always cycles. If you can, TradingView doesn't let me go back and forth. I think it's like 1980s was this far, but even before algos, it does the same shit. So that's why even like no matter what, the market's delivering to liquidity. Whoever has the most money. Before there was algos, it was still delivered to the people who had the larger capital. It was just less efficient. But yeah, I'm not marrying a system, Yeah. Yep. The 90-10 was Tesla easily. Like I said, I was using Tesla to hopefully buy calls, like month out, or like month out or something like that calls. Because I was like, when we come down below here, this can be a second low and it can be a higher low. But it's still, even this is 50-50, but if I have shares, it's not as like, I won't get screwed and I can still hold my money. But on a daily, we look at Tesla. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. Like, strat wise, if you only knew the strat, you'd be like, nothing, because you're waiting for a daily trigger. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's nothing. 2 up, 2 down, boom, trigger. We're supposed to go here, fail. Okay, boom, 2 up, trigger. This one worked, top of the range. Then we had an inside day. A lot of people don't trade inside, but the strat trigger would have been here, and then your 3 would have been the 50%, which normally, especially like some people don't use the 50% rule. I didn't have a problem with it. Like honestly, I don't know. Like, people all have weird hangups. I know some people said it worked, some didn't. Or like I know FICO, he was like, it does work. It just, he had his own version. I never really learned what his was, but for me, I just take stuff and use it because it's gonna make me money. I don't care what people say about a system. So the strat entry would have been hella late on Tesla. Now you could have did the combo, which would have been a failed 2 up, but even a failed 2 up would have been kind of late. So Tesla would have been, yeah, Tesla, this is one where like how I used to trade the strat, where I'll be like, okay, this can trigger that, like a cascading trigger. So I'm like, hey, the daily gapped up. If we open here, and I can go to the gap fill. And if I fill the gap here, and we go any further to the 50, then. But the easier way is just understanding. Look at this, all that, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. But the most efficient trade was just noticing that we had the high of month here and understanding the concept of trap buyers and liquidity. What did I tell you guys? This one setup can make you almost, especially in this market. I know traders who have made millions already. So think about it. And they mostly trade shorts. So I'm getting to the point where I'm like, because the short is just so high probability now. Because there's look, like after this, I want you guys to go through and just look at the best sell-offs this week. Whatever asset, it could be ES or whatever that you've noticed. Just notice how they all turn over. They all turn over identically. What's this? Yep. What's this though? Everybody knows what this is. Yep, but also, guys are forgetting this is, come on, somebody knows. You guys say it all the time. If Frank is in here, he'll say it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So boom, stairs up, elevator down. The Jesse Livermore setup. So once again, I showed you guys. Because strat-wise, this would technically be a PMG. I just don't know if with my strat brain, if I would have caught it, especially because a lot of straters, like I said, don't use pre-market. You know, that's them. You know, I'm about to change my name to Faith and Price Action, to be honest. B, like you said, I understand what's happening here. You know, this is the ramp up. So this is actually my one bull setup I like. It's a slow ramp up that slowly gets higher and higher until it explodes straight up. But this is why I don't really care to trade stocks as much. You wouldn't have known unless you traded till close, and you still would have had to pay for the theta. So if you're wrong, let's say you're wrong, because right here, there's an imbalance. We could have did this realistically because of this imbalance, grabbed liquidity, recovered it, came down because you don't know when the market is ready. Then came back up to take out everything. That's the 50-50 part that I'm talking about. You know, and it's like that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Like, don't get me wrong, I take a lot of swings too. I have like 4 swings going right now. All of them are in the gutter this last week, but it doesn't matter. I have the time. But on some of these trades, it's like, how confident would you be putting a lot of size on this? Especially like this one where this, don't get me wrong, this gap up was really good. But a lot of times the gaps aren't that great. Like here, this gap really wasn't worth it in my opinion. 171, we opened at 168. With theta, you probably barely moved. You know, I had gold weeklies one day this week. We gapped up at open. I was only up, you know, like 85%. So I got lucky and had a good entry. If I would have had a crappy entry, that gap, I would have been break even. So a lot of times, that's why I just would take it off open. But you have to get better, understand what's happening. What are we doing? We're sliding up. Now, when we rise, the market is going to usually have 3 levels. That's why I've been doing this a while. I just don't really talk about it because I don't want to confuse you guys, but it's going to be there's usually about 3 levels of rise to a move or drop. That's what I'm showing you. The moment we ran up 2, 3, I'm watching this. If we don't break out, which as soon as, especially now, I've learned to not trust. Hold on really quick, guys. Okay, sorry. We run it up. Once, this is all you guys need. Once you see us ramp up, you should realize there's only really 2 options. It can be a continuation of this ramp, or it can be a drop. But when you look to the left, there's the high you ran. But also, what did you run? You didn't just run any high. You ran high of month. Price is always going to be within that box. So this is the monthly range. See that? Almost 20 points. 15 points. The moment for shorts, I see a candle reach up, reach up, reach up. It's reaching up. This candle is clearing out anybody who's short who got in too early. That's what this candle did. And then that's what this candle did. That grabs liquidity, stops them out. This is grabbing, think of this as pulling leftover liquidity. The moment we start coming down, I'm in. Now, if we go to M5 candle, especially, someone like me, it's hard because I'm trading ES, but if I would have had ES and Tesla up, it would have been perfect because we were right here on Tesla. Meanwhile, ES was, where were we? Exit this. Tesla was, or not Tesla. I'm gonna do SPY. Let me do a SPY chart. SPY off open was, giving you the obvious bearish vibes on SPX. SPX off open, same thing. So SPX off open, it was very obvious on the 5, especially like with this candle. And then, damn, sometimes SPX is really weird. I didn't notice that we gapped right here. Probably like right here. If I'd have had SPY with SPX, it would have showed me. SPY would have showed a clear, turnover, which I was waiting for. And Tesla was still consolidated. So Tesla lagged SPY today slightly a little. But if you look at the 2 minute, you can see it very clearly what I'm talking about. Go here. This is the last candle. It actually rolled over on the same time. This candle, when you look, look what it does. It's reaching up. It's clearing out everybody who's short. Realistically, on some time frame, that right there, this is kind of like the order block being formed. That's why the wicks work so well, because the wick is technically an order block too, but we're not gonna get into that. This reach up would have told you, hey, the move's happening. And then honestly, like I said, I used to get in and wait, or not get in. I will wait, for the ICT setup, which is we drop, we trace, fair value gap. Which there's nothing wrong with that. But now I've learned, especially since out of nowhere, he's like, haha, there's actually 2 types of fair value gap. There's an implied gap that I never told you about. Once he said that, I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me so pissed off because I'm like, you think it's a joke, but people like me or other people who studied your system very hard only were taking entries off of that because I was like one of the few models that you said was safe. When really, any type of Yeah, remember that? I remember that video. That shit had me pissed off. I've learned once you have the trigger, and I do remember when I had went for a while, like just strictly ICT, and I kept, it was a while ago, it was like the start of like 2023. He's on Twitter too. I don't know, he'd be on some weird stuff sometimes. But this bar, this candle is like the blowout candle, so we can call that. The moment we blow out the shorts, you could literally get in anywhere below. The smartest thing would be as it's coming down to look for a retracement up. So any of these candles retrace, because if you get in here, obviously this candle's going to either stop you up or you're just going to have small drawdown. But if you're not, super worried, depends on your, what is it? I forgot the word. Like some people can handle drawdown better. Like me on futures, what I do, I switch it to ticks so I don't have to see the money. But when I'm like, sure, I'm too early. But your short position, all you got to do is extend it to this high, or you could extend it to the wick. But boom, which I'm gonna start doing in the morning. I'm just gonna have charts with stops for you guys. That way you know. But this could have been your earliest entry. The second entry could have been this actual retracement, which would have been like here, anywhere here, because we retrace it to this zone. And either way, your target should be at least here. Same day. So even with this late entry, because look, there was sell side. This is sell side from like Tuesday. This is the day before. Trying to get you guys to see it could be so easy, but everybody's making it so hard. I'm like, why? It's that one. This is the next one on Tesla. So all we're hunting, guys. You guys have fun hunting, fucking eagles, goats, leopards. That's what you guys are doing right now in the market. Some of you guys are hunting leopards, you're hunting lions, and then some guys are just chasing like little lemur baby monkeys that's out the zoo. Like I saw a lot of trades from Discord that were like that, where it's like, why would you even take that trade? It was like 5 points, which I'm addressing that video. But at least you guys are starting to hunt the big setups, but you guys are making it so complicated. Like I'm just hunting the same injured deer, the same injured gazelle, like the guy in the video says. Like this shows you it's rolling over. There's my entry, 12-1, all day fader. But like I said, I don't pay attention to Tesla, but today I wish I would have, because this was a very easy trade, because once it drops like this, it's a lot harder to get worried. If you got in here, a lot of people got stopped out, but once it rolls over, look at this, it rolled over, especially once it came down here, this bounce could have scared people because it could have went back up. Once it's below this, there's no hope. It's a 6-1. Like no matter how, you could even, like, I don't know what would make someone wait this late. Like I said, because unless you're waiting for the strat entry, but this bounce from low of month, we tapped it. Okay, low of month is enforced. Now it's not. But here's the high candle. Here's my stop. It's a 34-1. So what you could have did is enter small here, and then here with this small stop entered full size. If you notice in that video, Elise does that a lot with her entries. When I used to short a lot, I used to do it a lot, which I'm getting back to. I'll enter, I'll just keep stacking. But like, and it wasn't nearly as precise then. I was just like, oh, pull back, I'm gonna add more, TTO, whatever. But now I understand that liquidity. Every time we bounce, it's because people are closing out and it's coming into some type of imbalance to grab leftover liquidity to fuel it. So like once I start seeing a well-organized or, very nice slide, You know, I just take that. So there was multiple very good entries, no matter how you trade it. So that's what's going to make you guys better is if you just go back and study trades you missed, trades you did. You want to do trades you missed or failed, but also trades that you didn't take that move very well. This is a very clean chart. It's very well recognizable. It has exactly what I'm looking for. I've seen this set up on some ticker like 5,000, 10,000 times. I could trade this with my eyes closed. Best case scenario, though, we would just opened up in one candle and dropped. But this is still almost like a 90-10, especially once it got here. This is like a 90-10. And if you heard me today, I was saying, oh, it's like absolute. Whenever you hear me say absolute, I'm just saying like it's past the level where like, it's no coming back. Yeah, look, Strat Journal. I remember when he said busy Sibby, I stopped watching the video. Honestly, that was too much. I'm like, you know, it took me like a few days to realize like it's the same thing with a different name. Like I'm good. So do you go back to higher time frame once you're in so not to get stopped out so quickly? Yes and no. Like for me, once you build up your tolerance, you understand that the 1 minute or 2 minute, it's gonna move up and down a lot, that you're just seeing a lot. But if you can't, it'd be good to go to the 15. But realistically, like even as much as it moves, if my stop's up here, I don't really care. Like I'll just you have two options. You can do that. You can go to higher. Another thing, once you get in and your stop is safe, especially on futures, because you can literally lock your stop. Futures, I'll put my stop. If my stop is here and I'm in here and I'll put take profit, I'll just leave. So like one of my best trades was last week in ES. I entered at the bottom of the week. I woke up, it was like London. We didn't have what I wanted. I fell asleep. I woke up at like 2 a.m. Or no. Yeah, I took two trades. I took one in Asia on the pump up. I was, I think I was like out driving and I had pulled over in like a parking lot. I forgot what I was doing. I think I was shopping or something, but we had this type of setup. I watched, it came down. I literally bought and I just put my stop below this. Ran up in Asia like 20 points. I remember by the end of the day, I was like, oh shit, I forgot I'm on my trade. Made my money there, went to sleep, woke up at 2 a.m., did the exact same thing. Put a stop that was pretty tight, watched it fall, went back to sleep, woke up to money. You can do that while the market is live too, if you trade futures. But if you're just sitting there looking at it all day, like if you look at it on the 30 seconds, probably looks crazy. So that scared the hell out of most people. These bounces. To me, these are clean, but like if you don't not used to the 30, you'd have thought this was just a reach. So for most people, the more they see, the more it screws with them. This is M15 or S15. But I'm just going for the simple trades, the low-hanging fruit, the easy, stair steps up, escalator down. This week, I've made way more trading shorts than calls. I think I only had one really good. Yeah. Yep. Well, keep in mind, most stocks that are in tech are going to have ES setup because ES is going to create the narrative. That's what the whole point of this list. Whatever ES does, these are going to do in a similar variation. Some are going to do a weaker or stronger. The whole point of this list is if ES looks crappy, I can take this if it has a cleaner setup. Like, look, Apple did not have the cleanest setup for shorts. It would have confused most people. But Apple had a stronger bounce because Apple hit a key level. Boom. Actually, they had a similar bounce. But I think Apple's bounce would have been easier because for me, this VI would have messed with me. Microsoft did not have as clean a drop as Tesla. NVIDIA had a pretty clean one. Reached up. You knew this was a second level drop. AMD had an easy one. Fell off open to target of 94. That's the whole point of this list. I think Meta had a very clean one. Yeah. Meta had that M15 to order block. We just kept running highs. Right into this order block. Remember, order block is realistic demand, and we had highs up here. This was actually Monday's balance. So if you look, there's balance right there. Oops. And then I think we made equal highs. But Meta was another one. It gave a very clean, this is Thursday, inside, and then here's Friday. Friday, this is just the retracement. So if you'll just noticed during Thursday, that's why I tell you guys to pay attention to balance. Hey, we tap balance, we're probably gonna, that's a good spot where price is going to retrace. Bounced up, came all the way down, open, close, low. We opened here, had a high, dropped down. Then we came all the way back up to have a new candle. So like this one, I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably cut it early when it came all the way back up. Actually, that's not that bad on the 5. But I can see this coming and then coming up here, and a lot of people get scared. But a lot of times, what I'll do if that happens, and I see it coming back, now I'll just get back in. But that still could have gave a very, very decent trade. But you have to realize when you're shorting, it has to bounce. The only problem is sometimes the bounce can be high. Like today on ES, I was like, it's not worth it. I've made so much trading this week. I only had like one or my only losing trades were that day, those days. And I literally was like, oh, I'm done because I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I swung futures one last week, one day. I didn't even know which I'm confused because I know my account's not supposed to, but I guess session to session. I swung from like London to NY. I thought, oh shit, I thought I was gonna get banned or something, but nope. Yeah, if you're gonna swing futures, you need hella capital. Unless you're doing the micro e-minis. But yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't suggest swinging futures. I mean, you can, but like it can get risky. Like you can liquidate your account if somehow you're stopped. Like if you're asleep and you're stopped somehow, because glitches happen. Either like it just blows through your stop because of speed, or there's a glitch. Now let's say there's a glitch and then they don't honor it, then you're out of a lot of money. Or if it's like volatility, usually if there's volatility and your stop gets slipped, they're not going to credit you for that. That's your fault. Or like, nah, you traded volatile. I feel like try to get people to understand, like when there's news, I think this is a day of news. Like sometimes, like remember on Thursday when ES ran up like 50 or 60 points, if you were on the wrong side of that and you were short, even though your stop was here, that shit slipped your stop to fill way up here for most people. I've had it happen myself, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why am I down so much? And yeah, that's it. That's the slip because they can't fill you. From 2 p.m. to okay, yep, perfect. So yeah, literally, yeah, I was checking my account. Nothing happened. I thought they were just gonna close it out, but you guys see, it's been the same setups. This is the week. We start here Monday. And then by Friday. We're changing shit on this shit. Be all right. I can't find the fucking session break button. I want to show you guys what I mean, but fucking trading view is always changing shit. All right, yeah, I don't know where the hell it went. Session break. Whatever. Fucking stupid. That's something I don't like about TradingView. They'll just update their app. I'm looking for, there's like a little thing that separates the days so you see, but oh, I can do this. Monday, low of week. Tuesday, technically high. Wednesday, we ran that high. What happened? There's a fair value gap. There's a big short right there. Same thing. This one was like almost, they moved it to a Vincent. Like, yo, they're like so annoying now. There we go. Yeah, like why do y'all? How did you find that out? Is there somewhere that you can read that? Because I'll be sitting there like, you guys change shit and then don't say nothing. So like that happens to me a lot. Yeah, there's like they need to have like a tab where they announce when they change shit. Like today, I was looking for the time zone forever. I'm like, fuck, because it used to be settings and time zone, but now I realize it's down here. I'm like, why do you guys do shit like that? But Monday, Friday, here's Friday's range. We're in it. Monday, we break out of the range. Friday's high 1, Friday's high 2. Trying to make it as simple as possible. The moment we break out or we fail, look at that. Dropped, boom. Now you're inside. Came back, rejected again. It's gonna give you 2 easy trades. Yo, they did that and they took it off. Remember that? Bro, they did it in one day. And one day I was sick. And that shit really messed me up because I was in a trade and I couldn't sell. Or I couldn't add my stop. I'm like, yo, what the? I remember because I had to mark it. Because for me, I can mark it. I have mine set up to sell and buy market. Yeah, no, that was so stupid. It wasn't even efficient either. So like mine, I can literally, if we're open, boom, I can buy. Oh, I can't buy right now. But I have mine set where I'm just clicking here to sell and buy. So if we go on replay, I don't think it'll show in the replay, but I'll buy and then we go play, or I'll buy 2. Did I just sell it? There we go. I don't know how to flatten that sell. I'll just flatten this whole position. All right, we're gonna buy. A lot of times, as we start moving, what I'll do as we're going up, oh shit. I'll just go, oh, we don't have it till I'm in replay, but I'll just go sell 1, boom. That's how I'll take partials, and then boom, sell 2. Now that position's closed. Stupid replay. But yeah, I'm just buying like 2 or 3, and I just hit sell on the way up. Boom. Keep going. Bounce right here. I can go buy 3. Comes as it's coming, I can sell 3. Like that's the easiest way I do it. Now you could use the Dom 2, which I'll buy down here, and then I'll just sell. I'll be like, okay, sell stop, and I'll just put my stop below. I'll be like, okay, 3 stops, and I'll be like, all right, this swing low is 230, and I'll put a stop below. But we're getting off top. The main thing, guys, I want you guys to understand it. Like the best setups in this market, because this is technically still somehow a bear market or a sideways market. Yeah, it's a bear market. We're not moving up. You're moving sideways to the bear market. They've been to the downside, and they've been very obvious. So like, I'm seeing so many people keep trading this, or they're just trying to like catch too many moves, and it's like, I'm trying to like break it through your head. Like, how much size are we gonna put on a trade like midday where it's reversing? Like even me, the first trade I took was super small because I'm like, I'm already up. Like the last 3, I haven't taken a loss at all. So like, why do I want to risk any capital? After what, like some days I'm human. I'm like, nah, I want to keep this green streak because I know even if it's a day where I don't what the hold on, y'all. Even if it's a day where I don't technically maximize the most, I know if like especially psychologically, if I've just been on 3 or 4 straight winning days or the whole week win, I can't give any money back. If I already made enough these 2 days, I made really well. I don't really care, especially like it's Friday. Like, I don't want to. For me, I'm not here to trade this to catch every move. So like, that's why we're trying to get y'all to understand. You guys will always tell me midday. I'm like 9 out of 10. If I caught off the open, I'm done. So I didn't know, but it was very obvious. We ran all these pivots, we're going to reverse either at this liquidity point or this one. I couldn't tell which one. Ran this one, but look, what else is it? Go back to our, how do we have it for? Boom. There's that. What is it on, what is it? The other ES. Volume about. It's the same shit. Same shit, guys. Same shit, different names. There's that low. There's that low. I have this chart. I try and keep stuff as clean as possible because to me, when you look at this chart, especially the less I have on it, it just seems very hard to get confused. So whatever, even me, I get a little lost. I just keep zooming out at this chart and seeing what I'm hitting. So I knew when we came down here, we could take a reversal. That's why I was cautious to add. But then also here, I'm like, this would be a reversal. But people were like, hey, what are we going to reverse? What are we going to do? I'm like, I don't know, don't care. I've already made my money. Now, if I was missing all day and trading the PMs and I had a cleaner setup, but I'm to the point, if it gets 50-50, I'm just not interested because I know if it's a very high probability setup, I'm going to attack it with a lot more size. You guys don't need 18 different trades. You know, here was just 1 or 2 really good trades if you guys stopped out. You didn't even have to catch the bounce. So it's like, comes into a point of like, are you being greedy or are you being late? Because we had good setups this whole week. This whole week we have very, you know, very good setups. So there we go. I put this so that you guys can see everywhere that we, you know, had hit a zone. Everywhere in the time. Actually, let me put that other one on. When was the sell? The sell was right in our time, New York. Across the wick, right at 6:30. Clean sell. The bounce, 10 o'clock or 1:30. I remember this bounce. New York. Nothing major here. Clean sell in London. Second sell was New York, right at the wick. Today, second sell right above the wick. So that's a major sell, a bounce, another clean sell, and then I think this is the day that I even made money on a very quick setup. You know, pull this chart up again. Yeah. So remember I talked about the wicks. I literally caught this one. This was a sell, which I could have took this sell. Remember, this was bid day. While this happened, and this was a day, this is just to show you guys you don't have to overcomplicate. This was a day where, you know, it was not, in my opinion, the best price. This was a day where we all were like, man, this price action is ass. I'm not trading it. We were stuck inside, but once you have your own setups, you know, I realized all we were doing was eating up these imbalances. And then once we came to like right here, it's just very obvious we're rolling over, especially when I see the news candle. This purple line is always a news candle. We came back and we dropped. I purposely waited on that because I was like, if we tap here, we're going to tap the low of day. And we're also going to run to the volume imbalance. Let me bring this back for this demonstration. I waited all day. I might have caught this. I can't remember. But this one I remember. I caught it and I was like, all right, I'm out. It wasn't clean. This little move here got me 180%. And I think I bought here, sold and rebought. But this little move, which I sold right here, my fills were 45. Got me 180% on a choppy day. Why? Because I understand once we came down, as long as we had an inside candle, which is exactly what happened, what I was looking for. This is the setup that, you know, I use. This isn't even a 90-10, but it's just, that's the whole point. You guys have setups. I know once we come into the volume imbalance, there's a lot of liquidity, you know, and there's an imbalance that's sitting here. So I know price is going to react aggressively. So as we came down, the moment we made this inside candle, I bought. Instantly, we come up. This candle was the best to sell, which I didn't sell here, right here. Oh, 45, yeah. It was like right here. Boom, I remember. This isn't even a big move, but it's still 19 points. And it was like in 15 minutes. Once you get used to putting your best setups and like having them labeled, like, I don't know what I would call this to somebody. If somebody was asking me, like, I just know, oh, it's a move off the volume imbalance. I can't really quantify. It's just a setup that I see that I trade. This day, because I went heavy, I technically made more than off the sell because I went so heavy here. And there's traders out of student literally made like almost 10 grand shorting this. They didn't even get a high percentage. They got like 100%. So that shows you when the move is obvious is when you're supposed to attack with size. But like the thing I see a lot of people do, it's the obvious move, and it's like you guys aren't putting enough size in the obvious moves. You know, I can see this, you getting hunted right here, but after the hunt, where it's like an obvious drop, and you guys will catch a little, you buy like one contract and it'll drop. Then you're like, cool, like what am I taking next? And it's like, bro, the move was here. Got to realize there's people who are making millions off of hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands off these drops when it's obvious. But if you're in the mindset of trying to catch every trade, I caught this move, I caught that move, I caught that, all you're gonna do is end up becoming an over trader, and you're gonna cost yourself more. I feel like I've taken less than 10 trades this week. What made me confident? I don't understand that question, because once it starts to drop, what else is it supposed to do? You know what I mean? It doesn't bounce until like it's when they drop very aggressively, it's very obvious, especially once you watch enough drop. Like what I don't get why you would want to get out as it's dropping. You know what I mean? Now, when it's bouncing, that makes sense, because sometimes when it bounces too high, even though I'm like, all right, I'll take some off. But if you look at my video, A+ execution makes A+ traders, I show how if it drops here, if I'm in 10 contracts, 8 of them are sold here. There's only 2 here. And then just know me, oh, you know what? I'm just going down the runner. 1. Then it looks like it's going back down. Boom, you can buy another 10. Sell them all here. Buy another few. So you have to understand the difference between a trade. Which trade, him? Oh, this one? What made me confident to hold? It didn't reverse. Or here, I'm just unmute you. I'm kind of confused.
I guess maybe around like 1, it started to reverse back down. Like in the area, yes. The area down there.
Oh, right. You mean this one?
Up there. Go up further.
Which way?
Left to right. Around 1300.
1300.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, that's the close. I was already out here. I was out at 45. Okay. Yeah. So I got in as soon as this candle came up inside. I ran it up, pulled back here, and I'm like, okay, we can pull back and bounce. But once we got to here, I was like, no, I'm just gonna cut it, because even it was like 180%, and I had a bunch of SPXs and SPYs. My SPYs, I only got like somehow like very like it was like 6 or 7. I think it's because I added SPYs late and through the chop when I was selling them, I just didn't realize, and I sold them near bid. I would have made a lot more if I kept my SPYs, but still, you just need one clean move. Like, especially this day, I understood that this day wasn't going to give a lot, but like, this is a potential to get a clean leg of price. So you guys have to like get in the mindset of like when you have a clean move is when you're trying to execute an attack as much as possible. Because this move, if I see this again, which I had put it in Telegram the day before, I'm like, hey, when price wicks down, you know, in a tight range, expect an aggressive move up, which is how I was able to catch this move the day before and make a Telegram post about it. So when you start to notice things about price, oh, actually it was this one, I'm sorry. Boom. No, it was this one. We were trading in a tight range and it just wicked. Once you start to notice things about price and how it behaves, you can, and this one, I remember I caught this one and it was about to roll over and I was done. Even this move, I made quite a bit of money. Like this tiny move, I remember this was my tiniest trade percentage wise, but I understood that like, hey, we're dropping, it's gonna bounce. And then this candle now, like I said, it's reached. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the free Telegram, I talk about it. Tight range consolidation. One of these candles is gonna reach to blow everybody out. Boom. I just bought a bottle. And it's gonna move very fast. But that fast movement, if you're making 100%, it's, you know, depending on how much money you're making, you're putting, that's a lot. If some people are only buying one contract, at the money, that's $10. Other people are buying 100 contracts at the money or 10 at the money at SPX, then they're making, think about it, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10, 20, 100, whatever money you're putting up, but you're 100%ing it. That's how I'm always thinking, like, how much am I willing to risk and how much can I make? I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna catch this and I'm gonna hold this all day, then I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna take, nope. The only time I'm looking to hold is when it's an obvious move like this. This was an obvious move to hold all day, but once we bounce, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna let it. I've had trades turn against me and I can be wrong and we come back to open. So I cut most and then got back in because you never know with the sales. But as a general rule, if you see a sale and we like fall way too much, like after all, like this candle, which is way too big for a normal 3, you should expect there's gonna be a very severe bounce. Because this means they just dumped a huge position. So they need to grab a lot of leftover liquidity. Because look, imbalance, imbalance, imbalance. So there's 2 ways they're going to do it. They can either drop it here, drop, and now you have a major, and then aggressively, or bounce it instantly. They instantly bounced it. Dropped, bounced it. And then look, here, there's only stops. There's no imbalance. Because the market now has ran, quote unquote, sell side. Oh, can you guys not hear? Or Taylor said it's you. But like, it's like, are you guys trying to make it simple or harder? You know, I was trying to explain that today, you know, because people were like, hey, I'm swinging X, Y, and Z. Cool. That's you. I understand that the time frame on a macro is rolling over, which I've been saying for a few weeks, but think about how many times people have swung puts expecting it to go where it should go. It should be down here. You should take out all this. It should come here first, take out all this. But what have we been doing? Just sideways. So I'm like, how confident are you going to be in a position like that? Especially if you don't have to. Why make it hard when you can just take the easy layups that were presented on this choppy week? Yeah, the daily looks nasty, but we don't need the daily. Like I was even telling Mac, I'm like, the funny part, like I really see what I see other people talk. Like you only need 5 points to make unlimited income. 5 points is 250 on ES. I always go 4 contracts. 4 contracts, I've made $1,000 in 5 fucking points. If it goes 10 points, I made 2K. That's just on futures. Keep in mind, I trade a lot heavier on options because it's just a lot easier for me. I don't need to catch this crazy runner all day. Like my mindset is like, I'm trying to get in here, and as it's accelerating, boom, 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 boom. Like this one, there was no reason to sell. It's easy money because it's just going straight up. Stop hunt, move straight up. The moment we start pulling back here, there's my news. Even though it's going to pull back, which I remember this, it's likely to go. I'm 90% off here. I'm taking the money because this is a layup. I know what's going to happen. It's going to happen quick. The aggressive move is what I want. It's over. It's a very obvious. It's over fast, and I can put size on it. Boom. I'm either 90% off, 99% off, or just out and waiting for the bounce. Which I remember I was 90% here, and then as we were chopping, I went down to literally one contract. And then I was like, I'm gonna cut everything. I went to sleep, and then I just set an alert. Then I woke back up. Oh shit, and took that. But the problem is when you're trying to hold all day, and it does this. Like pretend this was NY, but then there's gonna be a time where it does this, and now you've eaten all your profit, and you're gonna be pissed. So I've learned aggressive move is what I want. It's over quick. Yeah, easily 2K. That's just on futures. Like it's, but if you guys are just trading all these extra moves, you're making it hard. Look at Frank. He said he started with only 1,000, did 10K, and he's only doing like I think like 100%, 180% most. I haven't even seen him hit, crazy high percentages. Nothing, no offense to him, he's doing great, but like you gotta kind of get that in your mind. The whole concept of trading is to make money. The winner is who's making money, who's green. Like all this other stuff is irrelevant. If you're not green on the week, it doesn't matter how good you are. The whole point of this is to make money. So I saw everybody, predicted all this. Oh, it's going to do this. It's going to do that. Did you trade it? You probably didn't. Or people who predicted and they're wrong, and now they're mental is screwed because they made a wrong prediction. That's why now I barely say anything. Like I'm not here to be right or wrong. I'm here to make money and trade obvious setups. I'm going to show you guys gold because gold had a few. Yep, constant compound every day. Actually, I'm going to have him. I don't know if he wants to talk because him has been killing it. And I remember him making a lot less when he started. And his trades be like 30%. So that shows you, it's up to you guys. But he's taking setups that are very obvious and they it's rolling over. Like today, I feel like I saw a lot of you guys do good because you guys were all engaged on the same drop waiting. But him, if you want to, say what you're doing, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just doing what you taught us. Like, I take trades a day. I'm waiting for the aggressive move, and I'm out.
Wait, say it again, him. You do say for people who are just joining.
Aggressive move, and then I'm out.
Yep.
And sometimes I should stay in longer, but I'm compounding my account, so I'm just gaining more and more confidence. So those small wins helping out a lot.
And Ham is advanced. He's someone who's been in advance, and I could have sworn, like I tried somewhat keep up with you guys. I remember, I think you're doing like 400 or something trades, but now you've been compounding. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but it seemed like your size has been growing, or maybe it's just I'm pretty sure it's like you're making more.
Yeah, I'm growing a little bit more. I'm adding more size as my confidence grows, and as I can see the chart better.
Yeah, and he's not doing anything special. If you don't mind him, I'm gonna show the newer people. Everybody, obviously, you show the old people, but this is the advance for any of the new people. The same thing. Look, Frank. Frank does the same thing. Frank was asking me right here. Look, what are your thoughts? What I say? I don't know. I made my money off open. Guys, I don't think you get it. I'm only trading when it's easier. Alan, same thing. Very simple setups. Where you at, him? Shout out to Jimmy. Boom. This was today, right?
Yeah.
His trade was 17%.
I could have done way more, but I just kind of like,
You're compounding your account. You're just trying to make money. He could have taken maybe.
I was up like 40 and then it started dropping. I'm like, okay, I'm out. But that's my problem. Sometimes I look at my profit and loss, and that's what kind of messes me up. I need to stay on the charts.
Yep. I barely look at P&L. I'm like, it's almost like a surprise because if I'm watching charts, I just want that aggressive move. And I'm as aggressive, I'm cutting. And then on bounces, not cutting on aggressive moves. As soon as it starts to hesitate at a key level is where I'll cut and I bounce. I'll just add more. But yeah, have you been in drawdown on bad drawdown any days this week?
I think I lost like $120 one day. That's it. I done hit probably about 14 straight days.
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah.
Look at this. Then this is, I remember because the day before you really killed it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, some days I don't trade. If I don't feel it, I don't trade it.
Yep.
I don't really just force myself to trade. I'm like, you know what? I'm not trading today. It's too choppy.
Guys, it can be that simple. Shout out to Alien. He got funded. Dude barely started the prop and been going ham. Frank always kills it. I'm gonna have Frank talk again because Frank been hella consistent. This is I was showing him how to break the count where he at. I'm gonna just show him your win from the other day because that was a really good win. I was like, damn. I see y'all stuff at SPX. I just be really busy sometimes, so it'd be hard to, respond. But I always fire it. 755, 80%, guys. He didn't get 150 or 200%. He's not trying to be like me. He's just trying to be his best version. Trade his account, his skill level.
Yeah.
Look at this, 2730 off of 91%. 3, we were like at the money, it looks like.
Oh yeah, I was. I like to trade at the money. I don't go too far out the money.
Yep. There's two ways he could have did this. Like the way I would have did this is get at the money and then have a few out the money and have the target like today. Like off open, I just someday like today was a day I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't need to stress. I'm not gonna trade because I've made money. But if I know my target's way down here, I'll buy at the money and I'll have a few out the money runners, at my target or near the target that I know we're gonna pass. So even if I fail and these go to nothing, I've made my money on the drop.
Gotcha.
So that's a good way to make a bonus. You can make 27 here, cut it, and then you only have risk. Like let's say you spent like $300, which those are for sure gonna be the money. Dude, you can get when they're up here, they're like 20, $30 down here usually. So imagine you got 4 of these for 120. You don't give a damn. You can go 2730 to what is that? 2510 or 20. Yeah, I think like 2510 if I'm right, or 2520, whatever. If your math is wrong, 26. You're gonna lose like $120 if your math is wrong. But if your math is right, those $10, $30 ones are gonna be like 1,000 a contract. So now you made you technically made more. So that's how I always do it when it's a data.
I'm gonna try it next week if I see a setup I like.
Yeah, but so you only had $100 drawdown. That was on a whole day.
Yeah, yeah.
And you made 2,700. That's like.
So this week I made a little 5,000. Over the last couple weeks, I took my account from 5,000 to I think 23,000, somewhere around there. Over the last few weeks.
Wow, that's fucking crazy, huh? Good shit. And I think that's from when we did that 25% challenge, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys haven't watched the video, I put the key to making millions. That's where we discovered it. Even me, I'll forget about it some days, and then I have to go back and center myself. Like, look, I only need 5-10% on my account, 20%. I didn't even aim for 20. For me, it's too aggressive for the amount of my account at now. But still, I just need like 5 to 10%, and every day push a little size. But that's simple. You're trading, or you only trading puts?
That's what's been going on right now. Because I don't like the most of the time. That's what's been happening. I don't have a bias anymore.
There you go. But Ham doesn't do anything fancy. He's not. Look at this. He's not doing. He's not overcomplicating. He's not trading all day. He's done. How long do you trade, bro?
No more than an hour or so.
So you're done at what time?
Maybe around 10:30. Just depend on the setup. It just depends on the setup. Most time it's no more than 10. 10 to 10:30, I'm out.
10:30. So that's 7 for me. Like us Cali people is super, which is why I've been like even today I had an appointment at like I think 10. Back in the day, I'm like, oh no, I'm trading now. I know whatever I do, I have to be done within an hour or two. And there's gonna be a good move in an hour or two.
Yeah.
Boom, that's it. Or
it's gonna be a good move.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes if you can just make an easy 50, 100%, easy. If it's an easy one, you need to be stacking on size. If it's a high probability, it has to happen. You short. Here comes the bounce. Make your money on the bounce, cut it. Or here's a drop. It's rolling over, short it. But if you guys are like really focused on getting every move, you're just gonna fuck yourself up. There we go. Loss breakdown. He has no losses. Number of losing trades. Max drawdown only lost $9. 150 lost 0. So he's technically won 100. I don't know why it shows like a glitch, but I got to get in the habit of like you're stacking money, you're trying to avoid the drawdown. So thank you, Ham.
No problem.
And then I'm gonna bring up Frank. Wait, which one are you, Frank? Are you iPhone? Okay, there. Frank, I feel like had the best speech when I asked.
Yeah. Hello, you hear me?
Yes, sir. What up, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just gonna run through what I used to go in and out of trades and then lose my bread for the last 6, 7, 8 months. And then once I got to your mentorship, it's like psychological. You kept saying the same thing and they just kind of recorded me. They're like, yo, you just need wait for one setup and wait for your trade. Yeah, it just repeated, like your voice was ringing in my head. And then like I went to sleep, I studied, took some notes, look at the charts, and then I just started watching while I was in the mentorship. I was just watching. Then in the advance, I started trading, but I was just waiting. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait, and I just wait. I just watched the same drop. I looking at the charts, and it was like every other day it would do the same stupid drop within an hour, 2 hours. I timed it. I don't want to say it. You know what I mean? Everybody, you do what you do, but I just noticed they'll do a stupid ass drop every day, huh?
And that's what I meant by timing, because during the kill zone, this is 2 to 3 hours. You're expecting usually it's going to open in the second hour is the drop. That's what I mean by timing, because it's going to manipulate up or down and then drop. Here we didn't even have much manipulate. We just dropped. So, and Frank, you only trade the wicks mostly, it seems.
Yeah, I'm Frank Wick all the way. I mean, I just wait. I'm just like him. Within an hour and a half, 2 hours. The other day, I violated my own rules. I traded like at 9:31, but just that drop was crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm violating, but I didn't lose. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I got my own rules. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm saying you're just doing what works for you. Everybody's gonna be slightly different with how they trade.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't supposed to trade it, and I looked at it. I went back. I'm like, oh shit, I traded at 9:32. I never do that, but I just saw the setup. It was obvious. It was like a gift. I'm like, this is the same thing I've been looking at every time I've been eating off SPX. So I just had to dive in. I dove in, got out $900. I'm like, let's go, close it. Went on, just watched a little bit. I went on with my day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the day that it went crazy, where we went down, and then bounce, I missed the bounce because at the bottom, I was looking at the screen, and I'm like, yo, I'm already up. Like, I didn't expect a second bounce. I was so close to taking another trade, but I'm like, I don't know where we're gonna bounce. I just don't want to fuck with my emotions. I literally transferred the money out. So I missed it because I was like, if I take the money out, which I've been doing, every day I make money now, I've been just taking my account and everything I make, taking it out. Like have my account right at its minimum balance that I need to trade with. Taking it out. The moment I do a transfer, I know, because now if I trade anything and I'm wrong, I'm losing money. It's that simple.
Right. I mean,
pack it with size. So
yeah, I mean, SPX. This is just again last words though. SPX will take you there. XPX, if you focus, this is just me. I'm telling me. I barely hit. I hit 100% the other day, but I'm not looking for. I'm just looking to nibbling every day. I'm just nibbling every day.
Yeah, you're not looking. I'm doing. You doing what, bro? Say
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm saying you're doing what?
No, I'm just nibbling. I'm just grabbing a little bit every day. I'm just looking at my candles. I'm not even looking at the money. I'm looking at the candles, and I'm peeking at the percent. Once I know I'm up a little bit, and I'm just looking at the candle behavior, and I'm just hanging out. I'm staying in there. Once I see some change, once I see the 15 to 30 minute hour gets a little weak, I just get out, and that's it. Sometimes it continues to drop, but I'm fine. I'm already up. You know what I'm saying? But SPX will take you there to 5,000, 10,000 like nothing. XPX will take you there. I mean, he said he ran it to 20 something K. I ran it over 10K. I'm back at 1,000. I'm already up 2,700. I started at 1,000 again the other day. It's stupid. This is stupid right here. Stupid shit. But you know, I'm just saying.
You said you're not even. What's your highest percent? I think I saw 170. It was that was the highest percentage.
Yeah. I mean, my highest percent was 170, 170%, but I average 40 to 60%. That's it. I'm buying in the money. You know what I mean? SPX. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with that. You know, I don't play around with out of the money. That's just me. Some people eat. I don't eat out of the money stuff. I'm just waiting for that drop. That's all I do is that drop. You know, Frank puts, Frank Wick, whatever. I'm just waiting for it. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy.
There we go. Shout out to Frank. He's only doing it with 40%, guys. I'm trying to get you at the mindset of like every day you're gonna get a crazy high percentage. You know, the day like this was a day. But like I said, I wasn't here to, you know, I didn't want to trade this, but you know, what was it? This day, like 180%. And this day could have been literally 1,000 with these bounces, even for me. Like, if the setup's not there where it's like people, I'm like, I don't think people realize that. Like, I'm only taking trades where it's moving straight through where I'm hitting super high percents, or it's towards the end of the day where I'm getting them cheaper. But I'm not holding to get this random percent. I'm here to make money. So I'm not going to give half my money back. You know, I'm gonna try to get you guys to understand, like, y'all will make money and then be like, what's next? What's next? Like, go to sleep, go log off. Because if you can just keep doing it in compound, you're gonna be up and you can start sizing up more and more. But if you're in the mindset of like, I gotta catch every move, you're gonna catch a lot of moves, but on that move that catches you, if you're not prepared, it's gonna mess with your mental for like the next day. You have bad mental the next day and you're trading a choppy day, and now you trade even worse. And now you have 2 days, and next thing you know, you're on a losing streak and you're back crying like, oh, I can't do this. When really it's just your mental. Like, I noticed everybody will be like, oh, I can't trade. Like, it's been so hard. But then they'll be like, oh, sometimes it's easy. But it's like, if y'all would just pay attention to market cycles, this week was an inside week. So of course it's hard if you're not patient. Like, inside week is meant to punish the impatient. But on a trending week, like, everybody's gonna say it's easy because it's very obvious. When we're inside, it just takes patience and waiting. If it's not there, if this whole week stayed inside, I wouldn't have cared. But if you're
my fault, go ahead.
If you're just trying to overtrade the market and get every move, of course, because it's like, how efficiently can you operate this unless you're a tight range scalper, which I think most of you guys would classify as that tight of a range. But go ahead, Frank.
No, what's helped me out a lot also is analyzing what type of day it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, not just like I'm gonna trade no matter what. No. Like, what was it yesterday? It was like it did a quick move at open or whatever, and then it didn't do anything all day. It wasn't much. But as a trade, for me myself, that has helped me out a lot. Just saying, okay, what type of day it is, Frank? Okay, today's the day to fall back. I had a good day yesterday. I had a good day 2 days ago, or whatever it is. But you really gotta like analyze what type of day it is. I knew there was some movement, but because yesterday it was a slow day. It was a little movement at the beginning, and then it was just slow all day. So I was expecting something, but I was fine. If the market didn't do nothing today, I was fine with that also. Because I know we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat off of SPX. I mean, I'm gonna eat off of SPX regardless. 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 5 days a week, or once a week. And once I see my setup, I've been going in a little bit heavier. As you see, I was averaging like 300-400 a trade. Now I'm like at 900, 1,000. You know, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm just adding more contracts. Doing the same exact.
2 weeks, you're gonna be at 2,000.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you, Frank. There we go. People, you know, shout out to everybody else who's winning. They're just making it easy. I think Jonathan, I say have Jonathan. I wanted to have Ryan, but I don't think he's on. But because Ryan did crazy, and he did it off open. That just showed everybody's gonna have a different style. Like, this was at 651, and I noticed he does well trading like instant. Because the other day it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, damn, he already hit. Like, it's gonna depend on you. Like, some people are gonna do better waiting a little. Some people right off open, but especially people on the East Coast, because y'all got more time to look at the market. Like, I'll be waking up, it's 5:35. On a good day, I'll wake up at 4. But I'm so tired by the time I get to the screen. It's like 6 a.m. I'm barely looking at the market running back. So I know I need a little bit of time for even the brain fog to clear. So I'm, and if you guys watch that video with Mossy Trade, she said some real shit. Like, am I mentally prepared? Today I was walking to the computer. I'm like, am I even mentally prepared to trade this? Because my brain is, I'm tired. And I didn't want to drink a Red Bull that early. I've been trying to go easy on those. And I'm like, I'm already up. Like, I know if I lose $1, I'm gonna be upset. So I'm like OCD. Once my account is clear, I'll do weird stuff like add like 20 or 30 bucks or transfer and leave 20 or 30. So I'm technically up in my head mentally. Like I'm OCD with it. So like me, I've gotten to the point I hate losing. And when you hate losing, you're just not gonna lose a lot. Because you're not gonna put yourself in a position to lose. And if you are, when you do, it's gonna be quick because that's why you'll see that I'm out. Like those losses don't affect me. If I'm taking big losses, even someone like me, it's gonna affect my mental. I'm not gonna be like I quit or all that, but like I know I'm gonna be very frustrated. But shout out Ryan, 50%. That's all I got. He's doing him. 1,600 for the day. And he's not even advanced. This is the new class. That's crazy for a new. That's like probably the most I've seen one of the newer traders make. And I don't think he's been trading that long, he said. So, but what do new traders do? They'll make this and then they'll get reckless. And I can make this, so I can make 3. I can make 3, I can make 5, and I'll blow it. But what happened? Boom. Peace signs. I think, look, there we go. He's learning the right habits early. He locked it in. He was already done. I didn't see him come back like, oh, I'm about to trade this. Yeah, exactly. And he didn't come back like, oh, what are we doing midday? What are we doing? Like, he's made his money when it was easy. Why? Like, that's what I'm trying to get in your head. Take the easy money. Even me, I'm gonna show y'all to sell on gold. I knew exactly what's happening. So that shows I'm human just like you guys, but I'm managing the group, live trading, all that. I kind of missed it. It was an easy, low-hanging fruit. Look at Muhammad, slowly been compounding. He likes Qs better. It's gonna work for him. Q spot the same. QQQ is technically a little bit smoother, but it works for him. What do? The slide. You guys only need one setup, realistically. Like I have 4 or 5, gives me more options, but you don't technically sell what they just made off of one. Look at Tiffany. So shout out to y'all that are getting it. And if you're not, you need to just be more vocal, ask more questions, or just realize a lot of times it's just you in your own way. Because some of y'all know, like y'all know better. But it's like I can't sit with you at the screen. I have to control myself and I have to trade too. I can only tell you what the right thing to do is. If you don't listen, you don't listen. Like I can't, But the easiest sell on gold was yesterday. And just goes to show, even me, the best, I don't know why sometimes gold, it moves a little weird contract wise. So that's why I didn't take it. But like gold, if this was gold on futures, this would have been a grip of money. I think that would be like 26K if I'm right. I think every dollar is like 1,000. Could be wrong, or at least 2,600 just on one contract. But this setup was so obvious. So when I tell people play GDX because it has the same, GDX has the exact same movement as gold, but it's very high volume. So it's gonna be like trading spot because sometimes GLD, the open interest is lower. It's not like insanely low. The higher the better because when it's high, your spread is tight. So when it bounces, you're not getting killed on spread. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. That spread will kill you sometimes. Even me on SPX today, yesterday, the spread was wide as hell when I saw one of my contracts. I'm like, what the? But what was this? Escalator up, elevator down. But look, what did we do? Reached all the way up. That's all I'm looking for. This was right at 5:30 because this was data. I knew as soon as we opened, like, yeah, we're probably about to drop. Boom. Here's 6:30. Reached up, So the move has already started. Technically at open, which is why some people are like, why did you get in the open? It's like, because I already watched the move on the days I wake up in time. Think about that. People are like, how do you hold through a bounce and all that? Or how do I hold when it pulls back? I don't want to hold when it pulls back. This move, drop and drop. Maybe right here, but even just this clean move. Boom, comes back. It's like 0.58%. Leave some trailers, boom. That's 1% on the asset. That's hundreds of percent. And this was in 30 minutes flat. You'd have 30-minute workday and could have made, with very little money, more than almost any average American. Could have made thousands with probably like this drop with like $200-300 would have had you well over, probably I'm guessing like 2K. Because those contracts would have went berserk. GDX contracts move a lot, I've been noticing. But there's your easy money. And that's the point, guys. I'm trying to get you to get in the mindset. Take the easy money. Here we go again on gold. Another sell. There were so many setups on gold this week, it was blowing my mind. I'm like, damn. Mind you, I'm in the gold monthly, so I'm probably gonna have to cut. But I got down here, so even with me sitting through all this, I'm still up. That's how easy sometimes the swings are. But realistically, we break anywhere below this, I know the next bounce to short aggressively. It's like I'm telling you, make money when it's easy. So Monday, we're inside. What do we do here? Remember, gold is more aggressive than SPY. Once you get used to it. What was this? Same thing. Everybody knows it. Escalator, elevator. It's just quick move over and over and over. Very simple. Slide, yep. This one, where we're at 6 o'clock. We bounced to 6:30, or were we right here? Boom. As soon as we open, all that we did, there's a high. Like, think about it. What did we do? Made a high, ran everything, we're dropping. Now we're bouncing. We're bouncing, we're eventually going to come down. It's just, where are we going to go lower? Are we going to take out this low? Or is it going to be the second low? That's how you have to think. Like, that's how I was thinking if you heard me today. I'm like, okay, we can take out this low or that low. That's why I wasn't trying to get in longs too early. And that's how people blow out. They're trying to catch the bounce too early. But if I know I'm going to put in a low, I should be aggressive here. We should at least put in a low to about here. Here or slightly higher. Boom. Easy move. Take it. It's there. Take the easy money. Stop doing this. What are we doing here? I don't know. So I really don't care to know. Don't care. Same thing here. Bounce. This one's very obvious because in the news. Aggressive bounce. Look at that. Imbalance. This is A+. Or at least A. For me, A+ is always shorts. Tesla was like an A+ that I just didn't notice. That's for me is like A+ 90-10 full port. 6:30, ran it up. Once we come to this imbalance, look how slow it rolled over. This would have gave you a lot of time to get it. Aiming for this low first, then this low is the wick, which is takes out London, and it's yesterday's low. That's still a 6-1, and that's not even a tight stop. That's a super loose stop, realistically. And this is, like I said, on gold. Gold gives you a lot of points. Yeah, see how easy it is when you're waiting for the right setup. But especially like the main thing I'm trying to get y'all to understand, this is when the market moves at 8, 9 o'clock my time, the market's not moving. 9 to out of 10, it's just chopping and setting up for lunch. If it's not moving here, you're just going to get faked out because it's going to give you a bunch of fake patterns. The explosive move. Either I'm taking the kill zone move or I'm waiting until after lunch. So I'm coming back like today. What happened? It happens all the time. After a sell-off, what is there? There's going to be a eventual bounce. Oops. I've been doing this so long now and seen it over and over that it's like, it's getting to a point where it's like almost boring. That's why I'm like, I might as well just go back to only trading ES, because it's like, why even split my focus and give myself extra work? That's just extra work trading on the tickers when I know this shit, like not even the back, it's like the front of my hand. Okay. Especially last year, when I was only focused on trading it, which I'm going back to now. I know exactly what it's going to do. Kept selling. There's the VI. Here are my levels to the left. I'm like, we just need to take this low. What do we do? We made equal lows. Lunch, well, I say lunch is always going to look to make a low and either sweep the low or a high and sweep the high. What do we do? Low, once we sweep it. So if I miss this, I know lunch I'm not trading, but lunch was a good fall. I would just came back in PMs. Low, look, I can short this. Stop in an easy short. Boom, we're accumulated. I would have noticed, oh, there's a lower low. Probably had divergence right here too. At a key level. I'm just looking at key points, key levels. This is NQ. Nope, we didn't have divergence actually, but still, all three. But you see how much, that's why I was so focused on SPY. You know, you see how much, like if you didn't charted it like 4 different ways, and you've compared it to 2 other very similar assets, and y'all don't even see, look at this. While I'm trading ES, look what I have. This is my second screen. This is SPY. I have a SPY chart with a 15 and a daily. So I'm watching the daily, hourly. It's SPX, daily, hourly. That's there all day most of the time. That way I can instantly see when I'm buying SPX contracts, like, okay, I need to get down here. If I can go up here, it's a 41.22. Because a lot of times I will slip and buy for SPX targets. I mean, ES targets. But y'all see how easy I'm making it, how straightforward. I'm making it easier, y'all. All right, John. So the kill zone is where price moves at. That's where the high or low is expected to get put in with a very high probability. If you look at Al Brooks stuff, like look up like Las Vegas, he talked about it. He doesn't call it kill zone, I think, but it's like the 12, I think calls it the 12 candle window, because every hour there's like 12 5-minute candles. But the higher you go during the day, like after you're like 13 or so candles, the probability that a high or low has been put in exponentially increases. So like as we come in here, when we're like down here, there's like over 90% chance that the high has already been put in if you're low, and vice versa. If you're high, but you know, it's just, that means it's not coming back. So now I just expect price to continue down, especially like that's just using that rule. But what else am I stacking it with? Understanding like the strat and continuity concept of a 2-down day, which, like I said, we've been chopping, so haven't been using much strat, but I can understand on a macro, we're rolling over. And ICT, I'm not going to call it ICT no more, because like this is just liquidity. This is how the market operates. I see a bunch of stops. There's liquidity. So I understand there's a high probability. I just need the next bounce to short. It's realistically, I'm just trading how the market moves. Like I hate that, like giving a name. Like there's a lot of SMC or even just people who before traded way before there was any concept of smart money understood that this is liquidity or money or whatever you want to call it that we need to take out. Because these are, look at that. Every time you see these lows, those are stops. Once you start to see these imbalances or FVGs, this is leftover. This is unfilled. It's that simple, guys. Wait for them to run it up, run it high, stack stops, tank that bitch. Wait for them to drop it, accumulate, key pattern, like for me, double bottom or a W with a slow ramp is one of my favorites. Or sometimes off of bottoms, it'll do like a channel. It'll just do a straight channel like this. And then it'll sweep it and it'll explode. Usually they'll do that with data. But guys, I'm trading like 2 or 3 setups. Look at that. Bottom ran, low, slow ramp. Ramped up. Just notice the ramp. If it's like this, I know this is consolidation, but as the ramp is rising, once we start getting closer and closer, you see how the slope is increasing? Once we get near 90, I know that means it's about to go vertical. So I know I like these because I can keep adding. Boom, it's going to explode. When it's doing that, this might be easier to add than puts because you know it's such a low probability it's going to drop lower. If anything, it'll be a stop hunt. And when it explodes, it doesn't reach back. When it drops, it can reach back aggressive. When it explodes, it just takes off. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. You know, here we go. Low, lower, low. And that's what I meant. Went from down here, sideways consolidation, and it just started ramping up, up. And then the slope starts increasing more and more and more until you're at almost a 90 degree, 70 degree. That's how I play longs most of the time. If I don't see that, this is my 90-10 long setup. That's it. People are like, oh, you keep stuff secret. Like most stuff I don't. People just don't listen. But this is easy. This is the easiest way to grow a small account. Trading this, because this is going to easily get you hundreds of percent. You know, whether you're doing per trade or, you know, 20, 10, 30, 40, probably 50% on your account, because you can go very, very heavy. Take the move. Like think about if you went on this 90-10 with a good portion of your account and you just got 100%, you'd be done. Cool. Keep doing that compounding. Very obvious PM setup. Ran the highs, dropped, came high. We ran everything. Aggressive drop. But until you guys have your setups where you know, like the back of your head, you could trade them regard. Like people ask me, I'm like, I don't like. Obviously, there's gonna be a strap reversal there, but I just know it's my own setup basically. Look at this. This is the one from like the channel. Price trades in the channel. Stop hunts price right there. Aggressive move up. Like I said, I have like 3 to 4 setups. Escalator up, elevator down, a ramp up, you know, the channel. I have a few old school TA patterns I'll use, like triangles. That's it. I'm just looking for the big move that's over very fast. But if you guys want to trade every single move, like good luck. That's all I gotta say. Good luck. It's up to you. Everybody's gonna trade the market how they want to. But people who seem to get it are just keeping it simple. When y'all overcomplicate it, you're just making it hard on yourself. That was the whole point of this. But I'm gonna get out of here too, y'all, because it's Friday. I want to relax and go for a run. So, all right, gang. Yep. Hell yeah. Anytime. Another great day. Light me up, light me up. I'm out. Peace, y'all.